Today I'm building a Bloxburg house, but every room is a different style. I'm talking minimalistic, I'm talking pastel, and as my stunning outfit suggests, we also have fancy. And this very colourful wheel will be deciding our fate. Behind me is the house in question. It has 8 rooms for 8 styles. So with all the rules explained, let's do this. Okie dokie guys, let's head into this beautiful house. We need to decide which room to do first, and since I'm random, I'm gonna go for the lounge. I don't even know what I want. Maybe modern could be fun. Old fashioned. That is like the complete opposite of modern. But you know what? I actually do quite like the old style. You know, a bit of Queen Victoria up in here. As you can see, I've gone for these like brown wooden walls, but I'm going to make the top wall trim white. And to be fair, I can just base this off like my grandma's lounge room. She's pretty old. No hate, granny. Guys, I've just looked up old-fashioned lounge for some inspo. How aesthetic is this? Right, we immediately, the first thing needs to be fireplaces. And I was going to be like, where do we put the TV? Mate, do you think they had a TV in the old days? No, no, no. Actually, when was the TV invented? 1927. That's almost 100 years ago. 100-year anniversary. All right, so with that in mind, I think I'm going to go like really old school. And if I learn how to spell painting properly, then these are so like old school, aren't they? They look a bit tacky, I think, in Bloxburg. No hate, Coeptus and your baby. But if we make them like a different texture, actually, they're not too bad. I don't know if they had electricity back then, so I'm going to use candle. I would actually love to live in a real life house that's all old style. Okay, I think that's enough candles. Bit dangerous, considering it's like a centimetre away from this wooden wall. What's a good, like, centerpiece? Oh, I know what we could do. If we get 2 alpacas, and then in the middle, we can put a vase. Oh my gosh, I just turned into Nicki Minaj then.
Calling all barbs.
Let's put a vase, Bobs. That is beautiful. You know what? Goodbye, other one. We're just having that twice. I love it so much. And we have quite a variety of flowers to put in there. With popular flowers in the olden days. Daffodils. Oh, wait, they're not even in Bloxburg. A chrysanthemum. Oh, basically all of them. Look, they have roses. Let's put some roses then, shall we? Queen Vicky would love this. And I feel like even the doors, like, have unintentionally fitted this style. Next up, we should probably put some actual sofas because it is a lounge room. Now, I'm obviously not going to go put like this. Do you think they had that in the old days? They probably had like these fancy ones, which to be fair, I actually prefer. In the middle, of course, would be the coffee table. And I'd say this one. Oh my gosh, it's dancing. Woo woo. And rather than adding my stylish sports magazines, wow, she's pretty. I'm just going to add some old books. And they probably drank their cup of tea out of their very old style mug. Do you guys like my old English accent? If we hop back to our inspo pics, the sofas are normally brown or even green. Oh, not that shade of green. Maybe this. That's quite like a royal. I like that. I think the only thing ruining it is those pillows. Look how thin that pillow is. Oh my gosh, it's the small things that make me laugh, guys, in life. Hi, new sofa. It looks so cool. I wonder if we can put blankets on it. Is that like a thing? That is the stupidest looking thing I've ever seen. Those pillows are so big. There's literally, you'd be like hanging off the corner of that armchair. Oh yeah, I forgot we had a telescope. We should probably position that like looking out of the window. And I know we actually have another room coming up that is fancy. However, I feel like we're allowed to use fancy dresses in here because they still are like old school. And which of these plants is screaming, old lady? I kind of feel like this one. Oh, I hate this plant. Final part of rooms like this is bookcases. I want one in my real life house. But like, if you have a library in your house, you're actually next level rear. I'm going to put these bookends, which basically just hold the books up, stop them from tumbling down in the city. Why do I burst into song every 5 seconds? Anyway, there's our little library. I'm gonna add a ladder to get up to the top shelf. It's a very wonky ladder, probably not too safe. And I was hoping the last thing we could put in here is a piano. That, guys, is the old-fashioned room done. This is beautiful. Since we're next to it, maybe we should go to the office next. And for an office, I don't know, I feel like anything could be good, really. And it looks like we got contemporary. So if you didn't know, guys, contemporary is basically a branch of modern. For example, if I search up contemporary, as you can see, it's like kind of this style. And this is good for an office. Like, I'm actually going to get a couple of these things to use in the office. When I think of contemporary, I think of a floor a little bit like that, I reckon. And I've just realized we don't even have a window in here. Let's just put this tall little commercial one. Also, sorry I just laughed like actual Chucky then. So our desk desk gonna go here. It's a very slim desk, I must add. Must be on a diet. The actual chair. We can have an actual contemporary armchair. And I'm sorry, I feel like I'm really quite like loud today. I'm just really excited. I splashed my cash on this laptop and we could be blimmin' crazy here. We could add a mini bar. Shall we do that? To do this, I've doubled up 2 console tables. And then essentially all you need in a mini bar is like a fridge. I was trying to be smart and like fit a microwave as well. There's only room for 1 in here, sweetheart. Instead, I'm gonna put bottles of hot sauce. And this is definitely hot sauce, okay, guys? I never do this, but I'm gonna add shelves. And then I swear I have loads of trophies. Oh. I only have 3. Okay, you know what? 3's better than none, okay? Look, guys, I was an OG on Bloxburg, okay? I have the 1 billion trophy. Actually, guys, surprise, I actually have all of the skill ones as well, so I'm gonna add a couple of these in it. And that was my subtle little flex of the day. We've got to remember, this is a contemporary room, so it might have some, like, LEDs in it. Also, I was about to just add a bog standard plant in here, but no, I've learned my lesson, guys. Custom plants are better. I mean, just feast your eyes on that. And you might be wondering, Reese's, why is there a big space here? That is because I didn't forget about this glass table out here. This can be basically if you need to have a meeting. I don't know why you'd have one at home, but you know, we've got to just accept every opportunity. And with a modern fan, the contemporary office is done. And I know what you guys all want. You want the kitchen, and so do I. So that's where we're going next. And by the way, I love this little bay window I made. Like, it's actually perfect. Imagine if we got modern, because we've basically just done modern. Oh my God, I am a genie. Also, if you wonder what that noise was, I just choked on my water in surprise. That's actually quite good though, isn't it? Because a modern kitchen's always the best. And for the walls, I've gone for a mixture of plain white and then some are this grey wood. And you might have noticed when I did like the overview thing, there's not a dining room. That's because it's a 2-in-1. So the dining table is obviously going to go over here, so we'll put that there. We might as well do that first. And I want to know, guys, can you comment down below, what is your favorite room to build in a house? Mine, if you hadn't already guessed, is the kitchen. And you see, I like to add big armchairs. That's actually a building hack, guys. Put armchairs instead of regular chairs and it makes your dining table look massive. And now it's time for me to be a real gentleman and set the table. So we're going to get a table runner. And shall we see what other accents I can do? Because I always go for British or Australian. As you guys know, I can also do a New Zealand accent. And I can also do a wee bit of an Irish accent, I can as well. I do like doing the Australian one. It's just, I don't know if I'm very good at it. And of course, American. There's Alabama, so I live in the mountains. With all those accents, I have now finished the dining room, kind of. It's kind of still going to be built into whilst we're doing the kitchen. So we're actually quite fortunate in this house, it looks like, to have a large kitchen. And if any room is going to be big in a house, it's got to be a kitchen, hasn't it? Food, in my opinion, is the best part of life. So let's get the appliances in. I love snapping my fingers. It really makes me feel like an actual genie. I feel like there's almost enough room for 2 islands. You know what though? We'll just have 1. And I can already see the comments saying, Reese's, you're putting way too many stools. Guys, I know. How would we make it look better if we put like 4? I'm so bad at islands, even though I've probably built about 100 in my time. I'm going to use these modern shelves, which I've actually never used before. They are just about thick enough to fit everything on. Oh, babes, this is looking absolutely stunning, that is. And the best part about this is that we can actually have like books as well. So it's sort of like Mary Berry's cookbook. Who else loves Mary Berry? I love her. She's such a queen. We've definitely got way too far in this video without adding any wallpaper. I've picked these ones. I've tried to go for like a classical timeless look. Actually, I feel like we do have room for 1 more little shelf in there. And then it's time for my favorite hairpin dresser. And I've missed you, modern decor. Yes, modern plant, modern table lamps. Oh, everything is right in the world. Can you hear that buzzing? Why has a bee just broken into my recording room? And the thing I love most about these plants is they're quite like a timeless decoration, aren't they? I feel like these have been in Bloxburg for such a long time, but they are still such a beautiful item. And I'm just going to add a couple of finishing touches into this room. Nothing crazy. Very final thing is just a couple of lamps here and there. And to continue the random theme, we might as well do the bedroom and bathroom next. We'll do the bathroom first. I don't mind what we get for the bathroom, but I'm praying not fancy. I want that for the bedroom. Excuse me. Universe playing me today. So I don't know how to make a bathroom fancy. I think we're gonna have to look it up. How is that small? This is nice. I'm doing black and white, and hopefully if we get something good for the bedroom, it will actually match. But watch us get like rustic or something. I've never built a bathroom like this. High new style. And you know what? Let's even go rogue with the floor. Striped marble. I feel like I'm in the Gucci store. Okay, so from what I remember, there was like a cabinet here, and I'm pretty sure there's like a shower in here. Then we'll have some shelves here to put the soaps on. Because I saw something on Instagram the other day, and it was like, there's nothing worse than when people have their soap on the floor. And I was like, I have my soap on the floor in real life. Now I felt sad, so I had to get a shelf. And I've colored everything like a gender reveal, as per usual, guys. And then they had some weird thing, like the toilet was coming out of the shelf. That looks really weird. We'll just put the toilet here instead. And then I'm gonna do like a cool window. That looks so cool. Like, I feel like windows are actually quite a big thing. We have got to get the antique tub. It's $5,000, but it's worth every penny. And this is actually turning out super duper nice. Like, I should look up inspo pics more. And it's white and gold. Like, all those Instagram girlies have everything white and gold. And we'll also have a Hollywood mirror. Are you kidding me? Bloxburg, that's my #1 request. Please fix that. Look, why does this mirror get to go if any other ones don't? This is probably the most aesthetic little sink I've ever made. I am so excited to see that when we do the tour. Now is the bedroom. Please, Lord of the Wheel, give me something that matches. No! Why would you do this to me? I told you guys I was gonna get rustic. The wall hates me. This looks so good, guys. No, you know what? I'm really gonna try and make this work, okay? You know what? I'm actually gonna swap the door that was in here. This is my inspo picture, so I'm actually gonna change this wall to be like stone. I have a really cool massive window. I feel like we need to have one of them. Oh, that's not a window. Anyone could just jump through that. We get robbed. And I don't know why I was complaining. Rustic's actually quite nice. Now everybody's favorite part. Time for me to add a million gazillion pillows. That is a beautiful looking bed, and not the lamp matching the bed sheet. That is color coordination if I've ever seen it. I'm gonna put a humongous mural, and it's gonna be of like the mountains. We can pretend we're in the mountains, not in a crazy house with 1,000 genres. So for the desk, I'm actually gonna switch things up. I'm gonna go into basic shapes, and we're gonna custom make a desk. And it's gonna be a floating shelf, you know, from like IKEA. And guys, who wants a personal life update? Well, I'm gonna give you one anyway. I've started the gym again, okay? But not any gym. I actually am doing it at home. So we've had a treadmill for ages. I've just never used it. And then so I bought loads of like weights and an exercise bike. So I will keep you guys updated on my progress. But with all that jibber jabbering, we've actually finished the bedroom and it looks so cute. We still haven't done the entryway, and that was like the first room. But there's only 3 left. So what is it going to be? Minimalist by a tiny little fraction. You know what? That's good, because that means we don't actually have to do that much in here. I feel like the Kardashians' houses, if you've watched the Kardashians, they have a minimalist houses. Like Kim Kardashian's living room has like 1 thing in it. No hate though, looks good. Obviously we're gonna have like a little hat stand and that as you walk in. And rather than me like going and putting a bunch of like keys on here and stuff, instead you'd more likely just have a plain vase and also a mirror, of course. And then to make the most of these custom plants, we'll put a couple of them in here. It might have like a couple of these paintings. And honestly guys, that is probably it. Like, it's minimalist at the end of the day. Anything else would clutter it too much. Let's do the garage. And at this point, aesthetic and pastel are basically the same thing. Apparently we're having a pastel garage. Works out well because we've already got a pastel car, so we can put that in once we've finished. Let's put some nice blue tiles. And why is this tree poking through? Nobody gave you permission to do that. We'll add some windows along the side, and people ask me, what windows are these? They're actually modern windows, and then I custom made some things on them. Typical Reese's garage entails having a nice big counter unit and then a bunch of shelves. I used to go and sit in the garage all the time when I was little, and it was just like a fun spare room. And look, I'm trying to add a shelf by the side of here, but I feel like that might scratch our car. Instead, I'm gonna add everyone's favorite, the attitude shelf. This shelf has so much attitude, you won't believe it. That is the garage done. And it is blimmin' beautiful, if you ask me. So, we are so close to the finish line, guys. The laundry room is left. The only one we have left is aesthetic. So, I don't know what to do here. I'm doing this. I love this one. I'm doing this one. So, it actually has this texture, which was already accidentally here. And it kind of has these same windows that the bathroom had. However, I don't like to be basic, so I'm going to turn it into like a pretty cartoon window. So it's kind of positioned as if there was a counter here, a counter here, and we can make like a fake custom counter in here. That looks so cool. And they had a really cute little like farmhouse sign. So I'm going to put a painting on either side so we can have them. If I had a laundry room in my house, I would be in it all the time. I think they're so aesthetic. And you might be thinking, Reese's, why don't you have a laundry room? English houses, they just don't have them. We just have our washing machines in our kitchen. And the very last thing I want to add in here is a bench so that I can actually come and sit in here like a sad loner. The house is complete. Let me go change all the decals and we will do the tour. Okay, guys, here we are outside. Obviously, the outside is really nice, but that wasn't part of the video. So let's head straight in. And the first room style was minimalism. And apparently it was also glitchism. What is that? This is a really nice room to start off with because it's not too in your face. It's very simple. But to the right, we have the kitchen. And I've got to say, this might be my favorite room. It is, of course, the modern style. From the island to the dining table, everything about this room is just stunning. And I think it was quite smart how I decided to use this wall space for like the appliances. Opposite that, we have two more rooms. We go to a completely different genre here with rustic, and this is the bedroom. And look at this landscape. I'm sorry, that is beautiful. We have the basics like a closet, a desk, and a bed. And this leads us on to our bathroom, which got the fancy theme. And I think that is pretty obvious. We've got a shower here, which we can go in and take a nice jet. Of course, the fancy bath under this really awesome window. And then our lovely golden plated sink as well. It's beautiful. Look at me. Brush my mustache up in here, people. Next to that, we have, oh yeah, the office. Loki forgot about this. The style of this was contemporary, and it's basically just a branch of modern. Then through here takes us to the last three rooms. This is the old-fashioned style room. It is actually stunning. I love how it's a conservatory as well. I feel like that adds to the room massively. My favorite part is these really old style paintings. Look like they were painted by Picasso. This takes us on to Mom's laundry room. You've got to know when to soak them, know when to fold them, which is actually quite a fun play on the old song. But yeah, this is a really, really cute laundry room. Maybe even one of my best. And the final room is the garage with our beautiful sports car. Look at my car, guys. We can rev it up. So there we have it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this far. If you did get to the end, make sure to subscribe and press the bell so you never miss one of my incredible videos. Thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you all in the next one.